Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the challenge bonus day of the Sell More Offers Challenge. We're so happy that you are here with us this morning. Welcome on in. Welcome on in, everyone in the Zoom room as you're just coming in. Good morning. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the bonus day of the Sell More Offers Challenge, and welcome to everyone watching live and in the replay as well. We're hoping you are doing well. Good morning, Leanna. Good morning, Jana. And good morning to everyone else here. If you guys could have your cameras on, that would be amazing. As I said, we are in the challenge bonus day of the Sell More Offers Challenge. We had such an incredible week last week in the challenge. A lot of incredible testimonies and just incredible action taking that week. For those who don't know me, I'm Matthew. I'm the production manager for Coach Heaven. And if you're just getting to know Coach Heaven, she has been mentoring entrepreneurs for over 20 years. She is the founder of the Kingdom Sales Academy, and she's the only one in the industry who is teaching how to uncover, unlock, and transfer belief to clients, which is exactly what she's going to be teaching today. And it's going to be very exciting. There's going to be a lot of incredible content today. So excited for Coach Heaven to teach. Just before we get into the teaching, though, just some housekeeping. If you are in the Zoom room and are able to have your cameras on, we'd love to see you so you're ready and present to go. Coach Heaven will be doing a training and then we'll be going into a love seat, which is Coach Heaven's version of a hot seat. So that's going to be very exciting where she will answer a question from someone in the Zoom room. Please be muted as well unless you are called on by Coach Heaven. And yeah, please be respectful. We want this to be a safe place, no swearing. This is a family-friendly environment, and we believe in the biblical principles of serving God. So yeah, excited for today. As I said, we had an incredible challenge last week, and if you were not a part of it, the next challenge is in November. It's starting the week of November 10th. And so the link will be in chat to register. We'd love to see you because it's just an incredible week of taking action and implementation and training with Coach Heaven, which is pretty amazing. But yeah, without further ado, I think we're going to pass it straight over to Coach Heaven for the training, and then we will get into the love seat later on today. But over to you, Coach Heaven.
Thank you so much, Matthew. Well, good morning, everybody. Who is excited for today? Like, we get to decide, right? I've said before, we get to choose, right? Decide means to cut yourself off, the word decide. Cut yourself off from any other outcome. Who would like to cut yourself off from any other outcome other than what God's plan is for you? And sometimes we over spiritualize. Sometimes we think, well, I'm in a season. Well, I need this and I need this to happen first. Well, I think that could be the worst thing you can say for yourself. Because I so believe that we become the people we want to be by jumping off the cliff, building our wings on the way down. Can I get an amen? It's in the doing where you see where you fall short of where God is calling you to. If you don't attempt to do the thing, you will never have the ability to see where you fall short. Now, what do I mean by fall short? What I mean by fall short is there is a gap. Can I get an amen in the chat? There is a gap between who you are now and who God is calling you to become. And in the process of being, we make the mistake of thinking that we become by sitting around and thinking about being. We read our Bible. We go to Bible studies. Everybody's laughing because you know exactly what I'm talking about. I went through it too. I'm being very honest with you. When I first made a decision to finally leave an abusive relationship with, 20 years of marriage and 11 children, I had to make a decision, guys, a decision that I was going to become the future person. And at that time, I thought, well, I'd had a Bible model. Like I had university, I had training, but I had a Bible model where, biblically based. Like, okay, I'm going to sit on my back deck. I am going to go out in the park. I'm going to listen to Bible trainings. I'm going to have worship on all day. I'm going to think about everything that I could do to change. And it wasn't until I went to a Christian counselor she said, honey, I can't keep taking money from you. I said, why not? She said, because you're fine. She said, you need to start getting back and doing the thing. Somebody put doing in the chat. Doing the thing that is going to catapult you towards becoming the next version of you. You guys, today, let's just lay down. We can't control the people that are in our life that aren't changing. We can't make those decisions for them. And if you keep picking that up and waiting or having that in your way, you are going to actually be the one who sabotages becoming your future self. So we're going to just physically, before I start, I didn't even plan to say this. I want you to physically, just anything. You could have a rock, a glass, you can have something in your hand. Or just as an act, I want you to take that thing that sometimes gets in your way, your kids, your ex, your past, your trauma, your parents, your excuses, your current spouse, your future spouse, your whatever is in your mind right now that's in the way. We're going to take it, everybody ready? And we're going to lay it down at the foot of the cross. Let's lay it down. Everyone lay it down. Right, when he says his burden is easy, his yoke is light. That tension you're feeling is from carrying it. So we're going to lay it down. Because if I share without you laying it down, you're not going to receive. And we want to have time today to do a love seat. Who's excited about a love seat? And what I'm calling today is the Millionaire's Voice Method. The Millionaire's Voice Method. How to sell from rest, not resistance. Now again, when we talk about becoming, we think we're going to sit and navel gaze for a while. We're going to go up to 500 altar calls, and we're just going to memorize Bible verses in our own little space. That does not help you become. You become by selling. You become by taking God's word, making it alive and active like a two-edged sword in your mouth, in your hands, in your life, as you help other people to be transformed. That is how you become. It's in the doing. And the Millionaire's Voice Method, scaling from rest, does not mean laying on the couch, although that's part of it. It means build a business where you are paid so well that you can hire great people to do all the things that you don't ever want to have to do or learn to do. And you have the time to be able to do the things that matter. Somebody put what matters in the chat. So let me start with something bold. Your clients don't buy your offer. Remember, I've said before in the challenge, 50% of the sale, 57% of the sale occurs in your presence. What is your presence showing with other people? Right now, put it in the chat, 1 to 10. When you show up, what do people feel? Do they feel your authority? Do they feel your conviction? Do they feel your concern for them? Can they tell that you're ready to serve? You know, I had this conversation with one of my teenage daughters who you always buy new clothes for her all the time. And chatting with her, she said, Mom, I like wearing track pants all the time. I said, of course you do. I said, who doesn't like wearing track pants all the time? But I said, honey, God raises us women to be ready in season and out of season. Somebody put in season and out of season in the chat. And guess what? Stupid doesn't wait till we're so organized so that we're ready at the right time where we can respond. Anywhere you are, online and offline, we want to be ready in season, out of season. So I told her, honey, you are being raised to be a leader. It doesn't mean you have to wear a suit everywhere you go, but you need to have the full armor on. You need to have the full armor on the outside and in the inside. If we don't carry that on the outside, people don't feel, somebody put feel in the chat, They don't feel, because all decisions are made by feelings. They don't feel that they can trust us. They don't feel like we're the one that could take them to the next place that they're called to go. Right? Your clients don't buy your offer, they buy your presence. They buy your voice. Before they ever see your checkout page of your guarantee, they've already made a decision about you. In the first 7 seconds of hearing your sound, they've already made a buying decision. I am the only person online who is teaching this method around voice audios and the importance of it and uncovering it. You will not find it anywhere else. I had a very interesting phone call yesterday. I don't normally answer my phone. I usually screen it. And I recommend every single one of you, you do not answer your phone when it rings unless it's your family or your clients. But you set aside a time that's an administrative time every single day for you to be able to go back and listen to your messages. But I had a call yesterday. You guys want to hear about my call real quick? My phone rang in my Porsche, and I'm driving along. And, well, I can't really do other things other than think or listen to music. So I thought, I'm going to answer it. What if it is one of the doctors? What if it is, oh, my team's saying I got to move. Is that better, guys? Can you guys see me better? Sorry if you couldn't see me well before. I answered the call, and it was this young, delightful human. And he had a British accent. Does anybody listen to The Diary of a CEO? He had the most crisp, beautiful accent. And he was asking me about an ad I had applied or I responded to online and about painting my home, having my home painted for Christmas inside. And he started asking me questions, and I just stopped him. I said, how much money are you making? I said, your voice is like silk in the airwaves. And he went on to share about his life and how he played rugby for Manchester. But in those 7 seconds, did I already make a decision whether or not this guy or somebody on his team is coming to my house to give me an estimate on my painting, yes or no? He said it was the most exciting, most interesting phone call he's ever had when he's reaching out to prospects to talk to them. You'd never heard about sell by chat? What I'm saying is people already make their decisions within 7 seconds. You can have the perfect script. You can have a flawless funnel. You can have somebody else do your ad for you. You can have all your marketing and all your content, and you will still struggle to close a sale because your voice is out of alignment with your belief, or your voice is not included in your sell by chat process, or your voice is not part of the audios that you're sending to bring people over the belief bridge and take them into the place where the air is rare. Somebody put air is rare. It is your job as a coach, consultant, as a creative to bring people into the space where the air is rare, where their faith stays elevated, where they continuously stay in a position where they believe that they are going to be able to do the work. It starts in the sale and it stays in your delivery process. It isn't something that you do once they come into your process. Once they're signed up is not the time to bring them up to where the air is rare. Your voice tells the truth about what you believe. If you sound rushed, they feel pressure. If you sound uncertain, they feel doubt. But when you sound rested, they feel safe. And safe buyers are buyers that stay with you. Safe buyers are buyers that stay with you. Your tone is the bridge between the belief and breakthrough. So great offers will not sell without capturing your voice. If you're struggling right now to feel confident, if you're struggling right now to feel like your voice is heard, that you are seen, that you are walking in authority. The more that you step in, somebody put more, the more activity, the more 10-minute calls, the more sales calls, the more sell by chat, the more interactions you have with other people will give you the opportunity to become the person that God is calling you to. Right? I meet brilliant entrepreneurs every single week, and they are frustrated. They have a program, they have testimonials, they have a heart for people, but they're exhausted trying to convince people to buy. The truth, most people are selling from their logic and not from their limbic brain. People buy emotionally and they back it up logically. And connection and conviction is where conversion happens. Connection and conviction is where conversion occurs. You can't automate peace. You can't outsource your presence. Somebody hear this. There are things that you're doing right now in your day-to-day that are draining all of your energy. And so when you show up to give your very best with a prospect, with a 10-minute call, with your sales call, you are already tapped out. Can anybody as a witness to this? You've given all your best to all kinds of people that weren't the ones who were to get the best. What do you mean by this? Well, yes, I answered my call yesterday, but I tend to really protect my time. Somebody put protect your time in the chat. So when I am anywhere, I could be at a restaurant, I could be at a lineup, I can be in traffic, I can be at hot yoga, I can be at the grocery store, which really, I don't really go to the grocery store. I don't go to a store unless I'm with my kids who want to be there. I'll just tell you that. I do it because it's important to them. Your vision for your family and your life and your price point and your offer and your voice need to be protected. When I'm around other people and something occurs, I ask myself this question. Everyone write it down. Whose assignment is this? Whose assignment is this? If somebody spills their water bottle all over the floor in a mall, do I run to help them? Yes or no? You have to ask yourself, whose assignment is this? When you take up other people's roles, other people's assignments, you are flushing money down the toilet. Every time you rescue someone, every time you get in the middle of something or a conversation that is not something that you're to be a part of, you are draining your bank account. You are draining your physical energy. You're draining the time that you have to pour into your kids or your family. When you type, they process you. When you speak, they feel you. Are you guys hearing this? Now, there are times when you want to show text and you want to show written work, but you want to make sure that people can feel your voice first. Somebody put feel your voice first in chat. And people don't buy information. They buy transformation. They buy who they become in your presence. Those of you who we have one spot left in Cozumel. I'm telling you guys, presence changes everything. You spend 3 or 4 days with me and you can ask me any questions you want. You are never going to be the same person. I'll just tell you that. So what are the 3 laws of the Millionaire's Voice method? Put down 3 laws in the chat. Okay, so the first one is the law of emotional safety. You won't find this anywhere online. Safety closes faster than strategy. If your voice doesn't feel safe, your client's brain can't hear your offer. So you want to be picking up on that. What does my client need to think and believe in order to buy? What do I need to do to create buyer's safety of know, like, and trust? And how many times have you been taught logically how to do this, right? Send them this, send them this, send them a case study. Well, have they asked for a case study? What if you're sending them an audio of speaking a declaration over them that just creates that safety? and you don't have to send anything else. Millionaires' voices lead with curiosity. Curiosity. Does your voice have curiosity and wonder? When you speak peace, they stop protecting themselves and they start picturing possibility. Number 2, so that's number 1, the law of emotional safety. Number 2 is the law of belief transfer. Before your client believes in your offer, they must feel that they believe in them. They must feel that you believe in them. Every tone you use transfers belief. Belief in yourself, belief in them, belief in a future, a possibility. People borrow confidence through your cadence. That's why I say your offer isn't sold when they say yes. It's sold when your sound hits their spirit. Number 3, the law of holy timing. Your voice can actually collapse time frames. Sometimes one 60-second audio with the right tone can shift a client's entire decision. When you sound certain, right? I always say that certain people are sold people. When you sound like certainty, you become the answer they're praying for. If your voice kind of wavers and you sort of talk like this and you say like and I'm not sure, and I think I might actually come out with a whole list of words not to use. The problem with that is then you get obsessed thinking, I just said just 5 times. I just said like 7 times, right? But people, they listen for certainty. People also follow peace. Doesn't matter what niche you're in. If you're in the leadership space, if you're helping learning centers scale to 1 million, daycare owners, if you're helping people with trauma, if you're helping people in the leadership space, in the publishing space, in the coaching space, it doesn't matter. Relationships, health, wealth, it doesn't matter which space. If you're helping people in any space, do they want more stress than they have right now in any niche? Yes or no? Right? They want to know that there's somehow they can have this without this. I call it the both and, right? We want to keep a holy tension. If you're not saying you can do this without this, or you're going to be able to, because it's easy to say, I can help you, meditate and receive God's word and be in his peace and be relaxed. And okay, but you need to have a tension in there while holding some kind of tension, right? I love it when women say to me, it's really not about the money and money's not even that important to me. I just really want to serve the Lord. I have a really good chuckle to myself. And usually I'll ask them after that, I'll say, well, who pays the bills in your family? And they just like drop their whole face. Well, my husband pays for everything. Yeah, that's why you're not concerned about money. And if you are somebody who is, that you have somebody who is the breadwinner and you're not the breadwinner, I want you to start acting like you're the breadwinner. It will change everything for you. Act as though you are in charge of every single bill in your household. You are the one who's going to pay. And then you know what you're going to do? You're also going to add in there the cost for your housekeeper, for your production manager, for your tech team, for your video team. You're going to add a budget for your housekeeper, the person who washes and curls your hair. You're going to set up all of that, and then you're going to add 20% for giving. That's how I want you to calculate how much money you are to make. When people say, well, and they try to sound really spiritual. Oh, I just want to make enough. I just want to, just be able to do a few nice things and give a few nice things. That is the most selfish thing you can say. And let me tell you, ladies, those of you who believe that somehow you making a lot of money is going to bother your husband is one of the most biggest, fattest, twisted lies I've ever heard. There is no man on the face of the earth that will say, no, I don't want you to make that kind of money. Right, Christian? I don't think there's any guy who's going to say, right? Come on, Leanna. Go and ask Mike right now, Do you mind if I become really wealthy, absolutely rested, look 10 years younger, feel fabulous, and always have time and energy to be alone in bed with you? Right? There is not one guy on the face of the earth that is going to say, no, that's not for me. All right? So I just had to blow that out of the water. Your prospects follow peace. They want the same things that you want. Your sound carries a peace, and they'll follow you anywhere. So, who here has ever felt like you had an amazing chat and then the client, the prospect just disappeared? Put that in chat. Put me in chat. So let's look at why, right? You didn't lose the sale because your offer wasn't good. You lost it because your tone didn't match your authority. Or you weren't using voice messages, or you were using the wrong tone and cadence in your messaging. If you reframe their message, right, into a way and structure it into a calm, belief transferring voice, they will latch on to that, right? You can say something like, hey, Angela, I can see your vision so clearly. You're closer than you think. Let's look at how to make this real together. You can feel the difference, right? You can feel the difference when somebody is speaking logically versus emotionally. That's the millionaire's voice. It's the same words, different frequency. Somebody put that in chat. Same words, different frequency. So here's what you experienced today, right? You've learned how to make the difference. Not the script, but the sound. Not the funnel, but the faith. That's what we call the millionaire's voice. I'm going to share the laws again because I know some of you were wondering what they were unless Matthew popped those back in chat. The first one is the law of emotional safety. Number 2 is the law of belief transfer. And number 3 is the law of holy timing. Holy timing, so good, eh? It's not the funnel. Again, today in the Kingdom Sales Academy, we're going to be going through and building out their sell by chat, which is amazing. And you need the structure. But if you miss the cadence and the tone and how to speak to people, you're going to miss the whole real important part of the millionaire's voice, the founder's voice. Because your voice deserves to be heard, not just in your marketing, but in the marketplace. So if you're ready to stop striving for sales and start selling from rest, those of you who have never been a part of the Sell More Offers Challenge, Matthew put the link in chat, sign up for the challenge. We've got a few weeks out till it's available, but sign up and be a part of the VIP. You can get your questions answered of anything that you want to see changed in your business or your life. We spend 5 days crafting your voice, building your audios, creating belief bridges that sell, and I help you to curate and craft an environment for the sale to occur and for the close of your sale to occur before the sales call. So send me a message that says the word voice if you're wanting to either connect or you're wanting more details on the Sell More Offers Challenge. Your sound is your strategy. Think of it that way. Your peace is your profit. And your voice, when aligned with heaven, is the millionaire's voice. Okay, that's the millionaire's voice method. I would love to have one person, I think we have time to squeeze one in, perhaps somebody who's never done a love seat before, who would love to. I'm sorry, I can't see everybody. Just wave your hand if you would love to be brought into a love seat. Now, why is it called a love seat and not a hot seat? Well, I believe that God exposes for the purpose of what? Purpose of healing, right? He never does it to condemn us. He does it for the purpose of healing. And every single one of you, my guess is you're spending most of your time actually focusing on problems instead of opportunities, right? Every single time you have something going on, right? Every one of you has something going on in your life. Yes or no? And you have an opportunity to solve. But if you're spending most of your time focusing on the problem, somebody put problem in the chat. And over here, you're putting the solution mindset in the timeout chair. But if you get rid of this way of thinking and you make a decision, somebody say decision, you cut yourself off from any other possibility, any other outcome, and you lean in and you focus on, okay, this problem is actually an opportunity. You know, I was shopping with my daughter looking for clothes, and I was chatting with one of the guys, the sales guys, and he was asking me really good questions. I was really impressed for like young 20-year-olds, because I don't even get very many good questions from my clients. And so I love it when I actually get questions. And he's like, well, what are some of the problems you encounter? Like, what are some of the problems people face? And then I shared with him, you want to look. Somebody put problem hunter. I am a problem hunter. You want to look for problems and bring the solution to people. You have an opportunity. Instead, you go, it's an opportunity. You have an opportunity instead of a problem. And this is how you get paid well. People that are broke, people that have a poor mindset, that are thinking, are always looking for ways to avoid work, avoid doing things, avoid solving. They're looking always to have rest without doing anything to get to the rest. Are you guys with me? Look for the opportunity and put the suffering of thinking about only the problem. Now, when I talk about the problem in this term, I'm talking about you're looking for a way to solve it to make money. You're not focusing on, because you guys have a choice. Right now, a lot of you have asked you questions. I'll say, where would you like to be? How much money would you like to make? What are the obstacles to getting there? What are the biggest problems that you have? And you tell me problems that you need to kick to the curb. Somebody put kick to the curb. You get to choose your problems, ladies, gentlemen. You get to choose. So why don't you choose problems that have a big price tag attached to solving them? I literally, when my family or people around me start talking about blah, 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 nonsense, 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 can I get a witness? I'm just like, I'm not going there. I'm not going to use my brain power and all my energy and all the things God's given me to step right into low-level solutions or starting to worry or find blame. Right? Most places you go, what do people do? They talk about how terrible the weather is. In the winter, it's too cold. In the summer, it's too hot. Nobody's ever happy. And they focus on problems and problems and problems. I want you to, next time you see a problem arise, I want you to decide that you are the person who finds the solution. Every single time. Okay, who's ready for the hot seat? I said hot seat. Deborah, are you coming on in?
Yeah, I see Deborah and both Maria, so if we have time for two quick ones, but I'll bring up Deborah first.
Awesome. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, you're muted, lovely.
Good, there we go. Okay.
All right. What
Can you
question
hear
do you
me?
have for me? I hear you perfectly. What question do you have? Love?
Okay. All right. So let me think about this. I have worked tirelessly at putting an online course together
Okay,
and
stop right
have
there.
gotten, okay.
Let's just stop right there. So, guys, you hear this worked
Okay.
tirelessly at putting an online course together, right? So, have you sold it yet?
No.
Okay, everyone here, no more. No more creating. I can barely hear you, honey. No more creating, guys.
Okay.
No more creating stuff before you sell. Guys, I'm not hearing Deborah. Is
Okay.
anybody else?
So,
Oh, there we go.
yes.
Yeah, there's a problem.
Okay.
I'm hearing
Sorry.
some
I thought you were
feedback.
waiting for. Okay.
I'm hearing all
Is there
kinds of
feedback?
feedback. Yeah, I'm hearing somebody else talk the whole time. Is everybody else hearing that? Or am I the only person?
Yeah, Deborah, it sounds like there's some feedback coming from your microphone.
Okay. I wonder. All right. Is that any different?
That's way
Is that
better.
helping?
That's way better. So, guys, did you
Is it
catch
way
what I
better?
said?
Okay.
You're going to sell. Somebody put sell before you buy in the chat, before you build in the chat. Sell before you build. Deborah, you're going to sell
sell
before you
before you-
build.
Sell before I build. Right.
You're going to stop creating things in remember I talked about the navel gazing and being on the back deck?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so I call that we call this educrastination. This is my word. Educrastination. I'm just going to think.
Okay.
I'm going to write out things. I'm going to write in my journal. Can everybody talk? This is the online version of cleaning out our closet, ladies. Right? We're like, oh, I got an exam. Oh, perfect time to make brownies. Anybody else? Oh, I've got to now sell. Oh, perfect time to go and do something else. Sell before you build. Everything that you need to know to help your people best, everything you need to know, you are going to find out the answer in the process of selling. What is your offer?
So is to help mature women understand their unique identity without second guessing themselves, being anchored and rooted, understanding who they are, and moving forward in their purpose from a place of confidence and knowing their true value.
Okay, so why, guys? So hear about this. So why would somebody want to pay for that? Why would a woman pay for that? Why would people buy that? But tell me, Deborah.
Okay, so because many women are stuck and they're not moving forward because they second guess themselves and they don't understand their true value.
Okay, I totally understand all of that. Everybody understand all of that? But guys, this is what I call a process. You were talking about a process instead of a payoff.
Okay.
People don't want to become confident as a thing. Can I get a witness in the chat? All the real people. Nobody wants an outcome of like, I'm just confident. Oh, great. I can sit on my back deck and be confident. Right? That's a process word. What outcome do they want once they become confident? I feel like I'm being put through like the minion translator. Does anybody know what the minions are? Like I talk and then I hear gobble, 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 gobble. All right.
Okay.
What payoff do they want, Deborah? They're going to be confident. Confidence is a process. It's not saying we couldn't have it as part of your model, but they want to be confident.
Yes.
They don't want to be stuck. But nobody wants not being stuck as their outcome. That's a process. Do you understand that?
Okay. Totally.
That's a process.
Yes.
Yes, I think it landed.
Okay.
What payoff
Yes.
do they want? Once they become confident, are they going to feel sexy in bed with their spouse? Once they're confident, are they going to go and get a start a seven-figure company? When they're confident, I want you to relate it for me, relationship, wealth, or health. Which outcome do they want, and which one do you feel most equipped to help them get?
I would say either health or wealth. Although
Okay.
I cannot
choose
choose from
one.
a place. Would choose one. Okay, I'll choose health because it's a passion.
Okay, yeah. And do you feel equipped to help people?
Totally.
Okay. So confident, right? So confident when you relate it to health. Now we have context. You need context for your content, everyone. So we need some context. She's going to feel confident in her body, in her spirit. Yes. And she's going
Yes.
to probably get her nutrition and her health and her weight and everything a certain way. You're getting closer
Yes.
to having an
Yes.
outcome that they're going to want to pay for. What is the biggest thing for this woman that she'll pay for? You can teach other stuff once they're in on the inside. What is everyone here who's in the chat? What do women want more than anything else?
To look good, to feel good.
Yep. Look and feel good and still eat the cookie. Can I get an amen, Kim Hilton? Right? We still want to have the cookie and have the ice cream. Reach their potential.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? But let's be honest though, guys, like women want to feel sexy in their clothes. They want to be able to put on those nice jeans. And so if you make it too spiritually sounding, women are not going to buy it. Okay? So I want your homework. You're going to come up with a 90-day title for a 90-day program that you can sell for 5K.
Okay.
And you're going to come up with a title and you're going to come up with an outline. If you don't know how to do it, I teach all of this in Born to Influence. I give you every single detail, every single step to be able to do this, okay? But you need a title, you need a 90-day program for 5K, and then you need a way to connect with 1,400 people and bring in 3 to 5 sales a month. And you're going to sell it before you build all the content. Yes?
Yes. Sorry, a way to connect with, did you say 1,400 people?
So I have a way to bring in 1,400 leads a month. And out of that, 350 will be your clients. 15% are now. 85% will eventually be your clients. So out of 350 people, do you think you could have 3 to 5 people buy?
Yes.
Okay. So somebody asked, where's the program you sell? If you want to pop that in the chat, Matthew. So my lowest level program is Born to Influence, and that helps you get to 6 figures in 90 days. And if you don't do it in 90 days, I work with you until you get there. And then the next one up is the Kingdom Sales Academy, which helps you get to $1 million over the next year. Okay, that's your homework, Deborah, and we can have a conversation if you are like, I want to collapse timeframes and start making $20,000, $25,000 a month.
Thank you.
You betcha.
Yes,
okay,
I
one
made
more
it.
quick question, Matthew, and then we will need to go to
Awesome.
the next Zoom room.
All right, I will bring up Maria quickly.
Hey, lovely lady. How can I help you?
Hello, hello. How are you today?
I'm awesome. What's your
Good, good.
question, hun?
I don't really have a question. Well, maybe I do have a question. Because I just want to share this first of all. I tried leaving a voicemail to a client who had rejected my offer because she didn't have money. And I offered her, I have 3 different programs, so I offered her something else. And she said she really didn't have money right now. She had to wait till January.
Okay,
So
let me help you right away, okay? Because
okay.
so guys, you always have a question. If you're not making $1 million a day, you have a question. I have a question. I have at least 100 questions I can ask in a row. So always be thinking of questions as number 1. Number 2, when somebody says they don't have money, is that a real or not real objection? Put in the chat. Real or not real? Real, not real. Not real. People say they don't have money if they don't see value. Remember, what is sales? What is selling? Selling is uncovering the currency of the client so well that they're excited to buy. They're willing to exchange the money they have in their pocket, in their bank account, for the transformation you provide. So when people say they don't have the money, or they say wait till January, there's two things that you have to do. You have to isolate the objection to be able to show them that what they're saying is not true. That's the first thing. Second thing is you have to walk them through and show them the value or the cost of waiting. If somebody comes to me, it's October 15th, November 15th, December 15th, January 15th, 90 days. I know that if they're at 0 to 5K right now, that I have exactly what they need. Somebody put exactly in the chat to get to building a 10, 15K a month if they follow everything. They can do it in less. I've had people do it in nine days. So 90 days, I know the cost. And you can walk this through with them. Ask them questions, Maria. So that's interesting. You don't have money now, you'll have money in January. Is that correct? Yes. Okay. Have you considered, everyone write in the chat, have you considered, ... have you considered, have you considered, have you considered, have you considered the cost of waiting? By my calculation, the cost of waiting will be approximately anywhere between 60 to 100,000. Are you okay to miss out on 60 to 100,000 over the next 90 days? You have to put it in terms of your client. If you are not a financial coach, if you are something else, what is that? Put it in the chat, guys. Are you willing to? Are you willing? Everyone figure that out right now. If you have a relationship coach, if you're a wealth coach, if you're a health coach, if you're a publisher, if you help people scale who have learning centers, if there's schools, what is the cost of them not starting today? Figure it out. Kim, they don't have insurance. What's going to happen to their family? They don't start investing now. They're never going to get 90 days, a year back of investing. They can only do it today. Figure it out. Do a whole little teaching on it, right? Have it ready for your person. Okay, so figure out what that is there, because when somebody's saying no, often it's the beginning of a beginning of a process, Maria. Often that's the beginning of a real conversation with someone. Was this helpful for you?
Very helpful.
Amazing. Okay, do some of that homework and reach out to me and let's have a conversation. You may be good for BTI. Love you all. I'm going to run to my next room, pass it over to Matthew. Thanks for attending.
Awesome. Well, thank you everyone so much for an amazing challenge bonus day. Thank you for an amazing week last week as well. But that is all for today. We also have yeah, that's all. So thank you everyone for being here. I'm just going to pull up. We also have the Sell More Offers challenge affiliate program. So if you were a part of the challenge last week, you are able to join the affiliate program. So I'll put that link in the chat. And so if you know someone who would be good for the challenge, and the next challenge is November 10th, you can sign up for the affiliate and you get a 50% commission if they sign up for the next challenge. But that is all for today. So we will see you again soon, and have an amazing rest of your day.